Hello, it's late. I just got off a 7-hour planning stream talking to chat, and one of the primary topics of conversation was Warframe. And I wanted to kind of give you guys a little bit of a feel for what chat arrived at as the most optimal approach to take with the game going forwards, if I'm gonna sort of seriously try to dive into it in the coming year. And that's the purpose of this video, is to get your feedback on that, to see if you've got any tweaks that you would make, any adjustments, etc. So I really enjoyed the game when I played it about a week ago now on stream. And currently my plan is to take a little bit of time off in January because I need a rest really badly. So that's going to be the plan for some of January. But then outside of that, I'm thinking what we might do is, I think there's going to be a Warframe developer stream towards the end of January, is like what chat was sort of guesstimating. And then that will sort of announce something or other to be happening in February. Might be just like a small content update or something. I don't really know how it works yet. But what I might do is I might try and coincide it where, like, let's say mid-February, there's some kind of update coming out. I might make it so that, like, for a period of time, if I am going to full send it into the game, if the video reception is good and all that stuff, I might do it where it's like for a little while, I do a Warframe stream every Wednesday, and then I turn that stream into a video every Friday, and then I do another Warframe stream every Saturday, and I turn that into a video every Tuesday. So it always goes video and then stream the next day, and then that gets turned into a video and then a stream the next day, and that gets turned into a video and then stream the next day, etc. And that way you can watch the VOD back to like catch up if you missed a stream, or you can just watch all of them as VODs. That would be fine. But I would do that, and I would do a full first-time beginner's playthrough from having no experience, and I'd probably do even though I've got an account that's got like a couple of hours of playtime now, like I've completed like the Vor's Prize quest, I think it's called. I would probably start a completely fresh account, go in from totally fresh. I would turn off gifts, and I would play solo, so I wouldn't be getting power leveled through anything. I wouldn't be like missing anything. And I would just do the entirety of the story, like all the way through to, I guess it's Old Peace is the current end of the story. So I would do all of that, and that would be this bi-weekly cadence of 2 streams and 2 videos per week is the current like loose plan. And then from there, a content idea that I thought could be really cool is, once I've beaten the campaign, I thought like, I could like, people in chat were saying this like Steel Path, right? So I could do Steel Path content. But then chat was saying, it's not really that appealing an idea, because a lot of the Steel Path content is like, the missions themselves are kind of very similar to each other. So it wouldn't really shine to just like showcase me doing all of the Steel Path missions for the first time. It needs to be a different angle. And so the idea I came up with, I think, is actually a big cook. And basically what I would do is I would spin it would be like a stream. Each one of these would be a stream, and it would then get turned into a video. But I would, at the start of the stream, I would spin a wheel, and the wheel would randomly land on like one of the frames in the game. So I'd have all the frames that I hadn't unlocked. I'd have them all there, and I'd spin the wheel, and it would say, okay, you're going to unlock frame 7. That's John. You're going to unlock John. And so what I would do for that stream is I would go through the, like, I'm guessing it's like a couple of hours to unlock John. So I would like do the mission or whatever I need to do to unlock John. And then I think it takes like 3 days to then craft John once you've unlocked John. So I'd probably just like pay the $5 to skip the wait time, most likely. And that way in the same stream, I could then use John, and I could try to like theory craft a little bit and be like, okay, what makes John fun? So I would like take John into some Steel Path or something and be like, okay, I don't know what the hell John has to offer. So like, let me get used to John's kit. And then I'd be like, oh, this could work really well with like toxic damage or something. Maybe I have some toxic mods that I can put on. I don't know. But like, I would do that. I would build craft a little bit and I'd sort of theorize about what could be good. And that would be without any chat help, so that the audience would be able to just like enjoy me learning what the hell John does in the first place and like how the hell I might make a build. And then I would move from that section of the video into the final section of the video, which would be like, maybe chat gives me some suggestions. Maybe I'm like, chat, I need to get like some kind of like toxic mod. Where can I get that? And chat would be like, oh, go farm this and you're going to get something really good for this. So I would do that. And then I would like maybe use John in some kind of like endgamey activity or something with a build that was actually like a functional build. And I'd be like, damn, okay, John cooks. John can do all of the cooking in the world when it's built in the right way. And like, that's really cool. Or I could be like, ooh, John really is not my playstyle. Like, I'm not vibing with John at all. I am low-key a John hater. Like, that would be the video format. So it would basically be like a sort of 0 to hero of a new frame each episode. And we would try and structure it in a way that it was like, maybe the stream itself is like 6, 7, 8, 9 hours, whatever. But then we would cut it down so that the YouTube video would just be like highlights of that. So you wouldn't have to see like all of the grinding over and over and over again. But you'd maybe get like a 30-minute episode or a 45-minute episode or whatever you guys would sort of prefer as the optimal length. And you would see the progress. So there'd be like a story in each video of me going from who's it going to be to I'm a beginner with this character to I have some ideas about what they might synergize with to, oh, I can actually see it in person now because I'm doing it with a build that we've sort of established a little bit. Let me know if you think that would be a fun series to do. I was just trying to think, like, I don't really understand what the Warframe endgame is after you beat the campaigns because I haven't got there yet. So it's very hard for me to plan content. But I've been trying to think like, okay, I want to do this like campaign playthrough stuff and I want to do some lore videos and I want to solve some more languages and like all that sort of stuff. But if I'm going to take Warframe as seriously as I've taken Destiny this year, like I've streamed 1,100 hours of Destiny this year. And a significant amount of that has been raids and dungeons. And I don't really know what the Warframe version of that endgame is just yet. So that's where I came up with this idea where I was like, maybe this is a cook or maybe it's not. I would love your feedback. This is going to be a process where like, I'm going to tweak this over the next month to figure out what the right approach should be and how to do it in a way that's going to like honor the desires of the Warframe community in the best way while also trying to make sure that it works for my content schedule and works for my interests and like stuff like that. So these are just some early ideas right now. There's still a chance that like I post the videos and they don't really perform all that well. And it's like, oh, realistically, for the sake of my business, it might be difficult for me to allocate this much time to Warframe. I might need to think about allocating some of my bandwidth elsewhere to stuff that is going to kind of like keep me afloat and keep putting bread on the table, you know? I have folks that I employ that are on my team who I need to be able to keep paying. Like, I got to pay their wages. And if the video content is not really hitting, then it might be a little bit of a different equation of how I kind of have to juggle things all together. But I want to at least explore what the content ideas could look like now so that if I get a good reception and I mean, the stream already was lovely. The community was so nice. And like, even just the tweets I put out, people have been so wonderful about the whole thing. So it's looking like it's going to be good. But I don't want to overpromise too aggressively just yet. But yeah, these are just some of the ideas that I'm playing with. Let me know if you've got any thoughts. Let me know if you've got thoughts about how I should approach the campaign as well. I definitely know I'm not going to do any gifting and I'm not going to do any collabs while I just play through the campaign. That's got to be solo to begin with. I'm also thinking that those streams, I'll do like a mission. Like the stream structure will probably be for the campaign. It'll be like getting ready for the mission, however much grinding I need to do to unlock a mission. So I'll do that, then I'll do the mission, and then that'll be a full stream, and then we'll trim that down to being like an hour long video or an hour and a half long video or a 2 hour long video. And then we'll go like mission to mission, episode to episode of the videos. I think that's going to be the way that I approach that. But again, super open to feedback on everything. It's the balancing act of my own personal interests and my desires to like just enjoy the game with trying to make sure that I also go about it in a way that's like really good content for you guys and that's going to perform. Because the state of the industry right now, especially with my main game, Call of Duty, being in a bit more of a rough spot, is that like I do have to have a focus on what's going to perform. Otherwise, I just can't justify the time. Like, I'll just go bankrupt. So it's a bit of a balance of both. But I've really enjoyed the game so far. So I've been playing with ideas of like what that content could look like. And this is what I've kind of arrived at so far. So let me know if you think any of this sounds fun or if you think it sounds like ass. If you think it sounds bad, it's actually really important that you let me know so I don't spend 200 hours of next year making content you don't even want to watch. Like, I really want to be responsive to the sorts of things that you guys are interested in and that you think would actually be stuff that you'd like to see from me. Our time on this planet is finite, you know? So I'd rather spend that time doing stuff that was actually of some value to you guys. And Warframe's a very big game, and I think it would be very easy for me to put my time into a part of the game or an angle on the game that was like not really the best possible spend of that time. So I'm just trying to sort of plan it a little bit in advance so I can nail it if it's something that I do indeed decide to jump into in a little bit more depth. So hopefully that makes sense. I very strongly welcome all suggestions and comments in the replies. The one thing I will say is, obviously, please don't give me any spoilers, and please don't give me anything that's even close to a spoiler. If you think there's even a chance that I might not want to hear it, don't do it, all right? It's going to be really important that I am a baby 10-0 for my first time experience, and so let's all make sure that that can be preserved as much as we can, yeah? So thank you, folks. The Warframe community so far has been so lovely, so I'm excited to get to know you guys a bit better, and let me know.